Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's play some Marvel's Midnight Suns, shall we? Got this game for Christmas, been really looking forward to trying it out, and we're going to start up with a brand new game here. Now, I'm going to play on normal difficulty, because, you know, I don't want to do story mode, and I'm ready to go. We're going to play the tutorial mission, indeed we are, and we're going to launch the campaign. Crossbones. Oh boy. That darn Hydra.
You know how much I hate this hocus-pocus nonsense, Faustus. Now you want to tell me just what the hell is so important?
Oh, this looks safe. 100% fine. I don't see what the problem could be. Ritual, round a big casket.
Sleeping mother, sacred harbinger, awaken and reclaim what is yours. You who rise with the moon in darkness, who prepares the path for the midnight sun. Turn your merciless eyes upon us, and arise!
Nice show, Doc. Next time, call Seymour. Better yet, I'll just shoot you and save us all the trouble.
That didn't look favorable. Seems to have been bad for everyone who wasn't Crossbones, Faustus, and Lilith right there. That's what you get when you sign up for Hydra. I mean, unless you're the top brass, you're in bad shape.
I can feel it, Rox. Trouble in the air. More innocent blood joining you soon.
Wow.
Head back to your magic castle. You ain't welcome here.
OG Ghost Rider.
It's called a sanctum, and welcome or not, this is where fate has determined the Sorcerer Supreme needs to be.
Hilarious. Alright.
Tell fate. Answers no.
This is the secret guardian you dragged me 5,000 miles to meet?
Who's the mouth?
Mr. Stark is brash, but I assure you, he can be trusted.
Wait, you seriously don't know who I am?
The fabric of magic is shifting, Johnny. The prophecy of the Midnight Sun is upon us.
Your last crusade cost me plenty. This time I intend to look after my own.
Hey pal, I don't think you understand. Things are changing. 2 + 2 no longer equals 4. Up is sometimes down, and strange here is actually starting to make sense.
Do I look like someone who gives a damn about any of that?
No, you look like you should be bouncing for the double deuce. Listen, all I know is hell's coming, and my pal here says you can help.
That's where you're wrong. Hell's not coming. It's already here.
Ooh, nice shot.
You're welcome, Robo Man.
Ah, look at that motorcycle.
Iron Man?
Hilarious.
It's okay. It's fine. I know what he meant.
We know what he meant. Nice.
We come all the way out here, and the old man runs off with that precious page of yours. Could have at least left us some VIP passes for the carnival. Maybe blown up a few monsters on the way out.
Johnny Blaze has sacrificed a great deal for this world already. I am certain he will come around given time.
Thought you said time was the one thing we didn't have. All right, let's just wrap this up. I got sand in my nanopolymer weave.
All right, so now that the story is done, let me talk a little bit about this game. So first of all, I got this on Christmas and I booted it up and played for about 20 minutes just because I really wanted to see it and make a determination on whether or not I should play it just for my own sake or make videos on it. And it immediately became clear to me that it's something I want to try to make videos on because it's a strategy game and it's Marvel, and it seems to be, at least from my initial impressions, well done. I'm laughing at it, it's fun, it's hokey, and it's, you know, very, very supernatural. So I like the characters they use in this side of the Marvel Universe, and the combat is very interesting, and so I'm willing to give it a go. Now, this tutorial gets you into the game, but I'm going to tell you straight up, if you buy this game and you play the tutorial, you gotta wait a while until they stop holding your hand before you really see what the game is all about. Because at first I was like, oh no, this is not gonna do. But they gate much of the complexity until they tell you about every single thing that you can do. And so you don't really get to make meaningful decisions for a bit while you're learning the game. But then once the tutorial is over, it opens up and it gets a lot better. So I'll just tell you that up front. Okay, so in this game, now this is made by Firaxis, who does XCOM, and I was thinking like, all right, so this is going to be turn-based XCOM with Marvel, you know, but they decided to change the formula and use not only this card-based system, but also a radically different terrain and environment system and movement system. So I'll show you. All right, so there's different types of cards that we can play. Attacks, skills, and heroics. And playing a card costs 1 card play. Use the directional pad to kind of move between them, and every turn you get 3 card plays. And that's important because I've accidentally forgot that and thought I could play more. And you use attack cards to basically build up this currency called heroism, which you use to do the big old whopper attacks that clear the field. So let's see. Right now we're playing as Iron Man, and you can see we have cards at the bottom of the screen. The game looks fantastic. The writing is fun. Obviously they didn't get the voice acting from, you know, the big dogs who are in the Marvel movies, but that is totally fine. And they're like what you would expect from the MCU, but also, you know, their own thing that's more comic book-like as well. So let's go ahead and flip through the cards. And right now all I can do is do this blast card because I don't have any heroism built up. So you can see on my air superiority card, for example, I need 2 heroism, which is the icon in the upper left of the card. Now this is going to do 5 damage. So you know like right away that this card, and if I push up on it, you get like a zoom in on it. Cards look great in the game, by the way. And so you can see that this does 5 damage to a single target, and in the bottom left it has a +1, meaning I'm going to get 1 heroism generated by this card. Now if I want to use this, okay, I can just select it, and it says select a single target. Now you can use the right stick to kind of tilt the camera around and use the left stick to move your target. And I could target this guy, I could target this guy, and these are all soulless minions. Now, minions in the game just take 1 hit and they're dead. And more difficult enemies have hit points, you can see. Now you also, when you mouse over or put the controller over them, you can see like who they're going to target. So they're targeting, you know, Doctor Strange here, pretty much almost exclusively. So let's kill the one that's targeting us, you know. And boom, it's dead.
Oh, that? It was nothing.
It was nothing, he says. Alright, so we've wiped out one of these guys, and we can wipe out another guy. And like I said, you really don't have much to do here. You just kind of use the only cards they give you. But as you can see, the game looks great. The animations look great. And so if you like Marvel and strategy, I think, you know, at least from what I see so far, this is definitely a cool game. Now, we've got air superiority because we've got 2 heroism, so we can play this. This will be our final card play of the turn. And we just select this baby, and this hits everybody, so you don't even need to target anything. You just use it, and Iron Man does that. How about that?
Tell me I'm not liable for any evil-related injuries?
Hilarious. Alright, so, yep, we just push down to end the turn, and hold it down to finish the turn. And here come the reinforcements, and now there's different enemy types.
It will take more than that, I'm afraid.
So they're telling you there's minions and elites, which the minions have no health, so if you hit them with anything, they die. And the elites have higher health that require more damage to defeat. So, you know, you need to start strategizing exactly what you're going to do and how you're going to prioritize your damage.
It may be a marvel of technology, but it's no match for the mystic arts. Allow me to demonstrate.
So right now,
Oh, so it's a contest now. Then you take the extra creepy one.
you get to use Doctor Strange and Iron Man here, as the cards represent, you know, different characters doing their thing. So right now you're kind of combined, like you're doing everything from one hand, but it doesn't actually play out this way. I'll show you. Okay, so we're going to use the Winds of Watum, which is a Doctor Strange ability, and this has knockback. So this is a really cool thing, and this is where the game is starting to show you what it can do in terms of the environment. So this card will knock someone back into another unit, and you do damage when they collide, basically. And the damage is interesting. So you, as far as I understand with this card, it says right here, dealing damage if they impact another unit or object, and you can also interact with, like, the environment, but not right now in the tutorial. So this ability, if you don't knock back into anything, it actually does no damage, so that's worth knowing. Now these guys right here are minions, and the guys who are on fire are the brutes, the elites, and you can see they have 10 hit points when I put the cursor over them. So if I were to use this, for example, you push X to select this guy, and then you need to use the left stick and move this line until it targets something else. And you see that this will do 5 damage. It'll do half of that guy's health. And that's all I can do from the angle, okay, that Doctor Strange is at. Now, later in the game, when I can move, you actually get to move your people once per turn. And you can position yourself to set up, like, a more effective knockback where you're hitting more than one target. But right now, we're just hitting one. So I'm going to do this. This will kill the minion and damage the elite. Alright.
This is no trifling matter.
And so the ability that we're going to use is the Axe of Angaramus when we get 2 heroism, so it's going to do 15 damage. So our choice basically is to kill a minion or kill the elite, and we definitely want to kill the elite with this blast. So we're just going to target this dude and have Tony blow him away. You know, like that.
Hey, the jerk store called. They're running low on you guys.
Seinfeld quote from Iron Man. How good is that? All right. By the way, just a side note, my wife got this game for me, and she got it for me for Christmas, and it got me the like unlimited elite, whatever the best edition of the game is. So I have the season pass and a whole bunch of extra suits and cosmetics and things to unlock when I actually get further in the game. And whenever they release DLCs, I'll have access to those. So I'm pumped about that. The cosmetics actually seem pretty good, just changing your people's suits and things. That's always fun. I am a huge Marvel fan. I'll just reveal that to you. I got started with like the X-Men TV show, the animated TV show, and the comic books themselves. And then obviously love the MCU, the modern stuff. But I also enjoy reading the comics, and I have some. So I kind of do both. All right. And let's go ahead and hit this guy right here with our big card. And we can just blap this guy. Now, you see the green sphere. That is telling you that where Doctor Strange will have to move to get into range to use this ability. So he's going to end up his turn right there. And we just crush him. It's fantastic. And we have no cards. We have nothing else to do. No card play. So you just hold down to end a turn. Now we're going to get hit. So Iron Man got hit for 2. Which is unfortunate, but it doesn't matter. This is the tutorial.
There's a bounty on Sorcerer Supremes?
So he's saying that because everyone's targeting him. So it shows you above their head their intent. And you can use this to better strategize like where you want to position yourself, what enemies you want to defeat, and if you want to use any skill cards to boost defense.
Now that I have their attention, perhaps a blessing is in order. Something protective?
Right.
Want to give you a hand? Or a shield in this case?
In the spirit of cooperation, I'll accept your offer. Just this once.
Don't mention it.
I love how the egos of these two guys collide. It's great. And so in this case, what they're telling you is like you have a skill card right here, block, and the skill cards have this kind of red tinge to them, and this gives you 20 block, which is just a ridiculous amount of damage that it blocks, and it persists through the turn, by the way. So it's fantastic, but we need 2 heroism to use it. So we're going to go ahead and Winds of Watum as much as we can, and we're going to try to find, like, who can we knock back this guy in? You can see this guy won't get knocked back into anything. So we need to select targets that we can actually knock into something. This guy we can't. So the only targets that we can effectively do this to are over here. So I'm going to go ahead and do this to make this happen.
Let's give it a go.
Crunch.
Love the effort.
I love the effort too. And that's another thing, like, this game is fun. The gameplay is good. So if you don't care about Marvel, you would enjoy it if you like strategy RPG. But if you do like Marvel, it just elevates it because, you know, I love how there's voiced banter for everything and interaction where he's just like kind of mocking Doctor Strange for not finishing them off right there. But this time we will. We'll get these 2 elites down.
A moment of preparation. It's for the best, trust me.
It is for the best. All right, now we'll play heads up. And they're telling you what skills do, which they're usually supplemental effects, buffs, things like that. They don't generally deal damage, but they do provide a lot of heroism. So we're getting +2 heroism for this, and also heroism persists across turns too, so you can build up a lot and then unleash ridiculous attacks later. Look at that.
You've done me a great favor.
Indeed. All right, so we're going to end the turn, and we're not going to take any damage because they're just going to do 2 damage to our massive stack of block. All right, and they've got even more reinforcements, and there's a ton of them, right? And these are all elites, but we also have
We pissed them off. Got a spell for that, maybe?
air superiority ready.
Spell changed the very demeanor of our enemies. Something along the lines of the psionic manipulations of Eros of Titan?
If you can't make it happen in the next 10 seconds, I'm not interested.
Hilarious. All right, so, by the way, I'm going to say hilarious a lot because I find, you know, I find it to be funny. I find the game to be silly. And when you mouse over Doctor Strange, you can see that there's the blue bar, which is the block that we gave him. It's still there, and he just has, 16 out of 20. So let's start this turn with air superiority and just hit everything. We'll kill the minions, obviously. And then we'll do a ton to the elites. Now, we want to kill the ones that are targeting Tony, because the one that's going to target Doctor Strange is not going to bother us. So let's see if we can... we can't get that one, unfortunately. What about this one? Alright, fine. So Tony's going to take some damage.
Apparently our reputation isn't enough to scare off these so-called children of Lilith.
So these are the children of Lilith. They have spawned because Lilith is here. Alright, but now what they tell you about are environment attacks. And this is when the light bulb started going off for me, and I started seeing that the game was more interesting. Because, as you see here, you can do environmental attacks that cost heroism but do not take up a card play. So even though we're out of card plays for the turn and we have no cards to play, if there is something in the environment that you can interact with, you can use heroism to blow things away. And so they've put some stuff on the environment, and it will glow if you can actually use it to hit something. So you can see when I put the cursor over this rock, this elite guy was in the green sphere of influence for this rock. So if I select it and then select the target, we're just going to walk over here and just pick up a rock and throw it at that guy. And we win. How about that?
If I'm being honest, that encounter went better than I expected.
Better indeed.
Been noticing a recurring gamma spike.
You see, this is why you shouldn't eat spicy food, Bruce.
Localized in the West Village, converging on the Sanctum.
Wanda.
The collective works of the universe's greatest sorcerers, and he left them underneath the takeout menus.
Shifting mystical polarities are wreaking havoc on my portals.
You don't say. You okay, kid?
It's the Scarlet Witch.
Yes. Are you?
Let's, put a pin in that. Whoa.
Hey. And we got Carol Danvers.
Carol.
Bruce and I have been trying to reach you. He'd have come himself, but he's...
Oh, you did the big green guy proud.
I really should up my homeowner's insurance. Miss Maximoff, the wards of protection, if you please.
Stephen, I can fight. I've got control now.
Then show me by activating the wards. In the meantime, in honor of our missing companion, the rest of you may feel free to smash away.
We're servants of the end.
All right.
They all set their sights on me.
Okay.
Nice one, Carol. Always the direct approach.
You know I don't mess around. Besides, we picked up some crazy gamma readings coming from, well, here. Guessing that explains the Hydra goons and ominous green lights.
Yes, but not while you failed to use the front door.
Hi, how about we discuss proper hero landing etiquette after we take down the bad guys?
Hilarious. Okay, so the guy who does the Iron Man voice clearly is like channeling, the MCU Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man, which I am completely fine with. And you can see who they're targeting. And this is, again, when the game gets even more fun. So first of all, just take a look around the Sanctum, and the game looks great. They spend a ton of money on it. The models look great. There's so much voice acting. Everything about it screams high money. There's a little bit of jankiness in terms of some of the frame rate and the smoothness of the UI, which is just pretty much par for the course for Firaxis, and yet the XCOM games are so good that I always just overlook it, and here, same way. Anyway, you can see right here there's a rock that we can use to throw, but we don't have any heroism yet. You can see if I mouse over it, it's going to do 10 damage, and it will take 1 heroism. By the way, I'm going to keep saying mouse over, even though I'm using a controller because I'm playing it on my computer, so it just kind of feels that way. Anyway, I'm actually playing the game on the PS5, but it's recording through my computer, so I'm sitting where I use my computer. That's more information that you needed, but that explains why I keep saying mouse over. Okay, we can do Photon Beam if we get 3 heroism, which we won't be able to get this turn. But we can also do Winds of Watum right away. Alright. And switching targets. Use R1 and L1 to quickly switch targets. Okay? So this is actually really nice. Instead of just manually aiming, you can kind of switch things around. And if I want to, I can knock this guy, for example, into this dude and just clean them out. It's apparently not going to end well for them. And they're gone.
I truly doubt they're paying you enough for what's about to happen.
And then the elites we really can't take out, but I can definitely take out somebody with a blast. But what I'm going to do, though, is actually blast this guy. Because we're going to throw a rock at the other dude.
They don't all have to be pretty.
Oh, never mind. No, we're not. They're telling us about redraw. So you can use redraw to replace undesirable cards in your hand. And this is a cool feature of the game, too. And this is, again, like they keep unlocking features for you as the tutorial moves on, which just adds lots more strategy elements than I thought were initially in the game, which is why I enjoy it. So we're going to learn that basically you can just highlight a card and hold square to replace it with a new one. You can only do it a certain number of times per turn. But in this case, we can't even use Photon Beam, so we're going to just select it, and I'm going to just use my redraw. We discard it, and we got just a Carol Danvers jab. So we can have Captain Marvel like fly over and annihilate this guy.
I'm on it.
And she just, you know, photon punches through his soul. So that's beautiful. Now, we could end the turn, or I could have Doctor Strange. Actually, I'm on Captain Marvel. So you can use R1, L1 to switch between your active character, which is displayed in the lower left. So now I can use Steven here to just throw this rock at this dude. I can't throw it this far, which would be great, but I can just eliminate this guy. And you see Doctor Strange doesn't even move over there. He just picks it up with his magic. Bashes the guy. And we're going to end the turn. And Tony's getting hit.
They're not quite ready to give up just yet.
We're not ready. All right, sweet.
Do you really believe that will be enough?
And now they're talking about movement. So we can move to reposition heroes and set up knockback angles for Winds of Watum, but also to move in range of using the environment objects. So they are showing me that they just like dropped this leather couch over there, and now they're telling me what I just said, which is you can switch between targets like this. So we can, for example, switch between Iron Man and say, hey, Iron Man, can you move over here, okay? And you just kind of put the cursor here and you push X, and if it's viable, it moves here. And you can see, like, if I move here, the environment object kind of lights up and shows you what you're going to hit, so it helps you plan exactly where you want to move. And this is how the game is fundamentally different than XCOM, in that it's a much more fluid, it's not like a grid-based thing. The environment is much more fluid, and I don't know how to describe it, but it just feels more wide open. In some cases, this is a small battlefield, but you see how you have this positioning, and I'm going to move here and then just blast this couch. So I'm going to kick this couch at these guys. I'm going to select the couch by pushing X, and then I'm going to aim this. And if I do this, hilariously, you'll see that we actually will hit the elite and everything here. So we hit 4 targets by moving this couch. And look at how much damage we just did right there. Up to 5 cards will be drawn to fill your hand at the start of each turn. Consider which cards to play and which cards to redraw or keep for future turns. So, again, they were only giving us 3 cards, but now we get to actually make decisions, which is beautiful. Alright, so let's see. What card is the best? Draw the last 2 attacks played, and then start the next turn with 4 card plays. So this is a very good skill card that Steven has. But the only thing you have to keep track of, at least I messed this up when I was doing this tutorial last time, is your card plays. I thought I could fit this in, and I needed to attack instead. Anyway, let's see if I can... Yeah, I can do this to hit these 2 guys, which 2 for 1 is always great. Crunk. Alright. So now I have 2 card plays left and 3 targets, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to redraw this card. I'm looking for a big hit. There is new plan, that's fine, and I'll go ahead and just redraw a jab. Oh no, I don't have any more redraws. Alright. Oh no, this isn't the block. This doubles your current heroism, which is also cool, but not what we need. Alright, so Doctor Strange is going to get hit, but he still has that block from the last fight, which is sensational. So we're just going to go ahead and jab this dude. Now this is going to move Carol like right next to this guy in front of us, so I'm going to see how that plays out. Oh, he gets out of the way. He moves out of the way. That's hilarious. He's like, uh-oh. She's coming through. And I'm going to use Carol to just actually blast this guy too. And now we're done.
Arm D, B team, 3rd string.
Okay.
They haven't given up yet.
And there's more of them coming. All right.
It appears that I'm their central focus.
And now they...
just keep showing up.
They are surprisingly relentless. In any event, we must provide Wanda the time she needs to activate the wards of protection.
Yeah, we got to get those wards up so that the Hydra doesn't keep getting in here. All right, so Photon Beam hits a line, okay? So you could kind of see, like, how many can I get with this, right? But if I instead were to just have Carol move over here, for example, and then use Photon Beam, I can hit, oh, I can't, there we go. I was going to say, I can't get them all. Yes, I can. Take that. All right. Okay, and then now, we can't really... We do have a redraw, but we don't really have that much heroism. I don't see anything on the environment that I can move to and use. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and redraw a new plan. See if we get something good. That's okay, but we won't get enough heroism. We don't have enough card plays. That's okay. We're just going to focus on killing the guy that's hitting Iron Man because he doesn't have any armor. So take that in your face. Impressive. All right, and let's blast this guy.
You guys should talk to your union rep. I don't think you're supposed to be fighting on our level yet.
And he's done. And there's no environment, so we'll just end the turn. Get out of there, indeed. You probably should. Alright, so this guy's still here.
Greater numbers to defeat me.
We're 3 of the world's strongest heroes, right? Doesn't it this should be easier.
I've punched through scroll star cruisers that went down fast.
I'm just going to use this to BM this guy. Just completely overkill him.
I know that wasn't your signature move.
Alright. Got him. And there it is. The wards are going back up. Wanda did it.
Something's blocking them.
Or wait,
Not something. Someone.
they're not going back up. My god, it's the bad lady.
Gozer?
Lilith, mother of demons, harbinger of the midnight sun. Prophecy or not, you overstep, challenging the sorcerer supreme.
Be silent. Be still.
What just happened?
Ow. Be gone. No! A fellow daughter of Transia.
Transia.
You remind me of my own beloved.
In virtute vishanti. Well done, Miss Maximoff. Your unique energy surprised her.
Whoa. I'm fine. What? I'm fine.
The prophecy is in motion. Lilith is still out there growing stronger each second the midnight sun approaches.
Define stronger.
If we are to have any chance of stopping her, there is only one option left to us.
I won't go back there.
We all must eventually face our demons, Miss Maximoff. However, one of us should remain behind to maintain the wards of protection.
See you on the other side.
By the way, when Iron Man made the Gozer comment, I laughed out loud the first time I saw that, because that's exactly what I thought with her walking through there with those dogs. It's Ghostbusters.
Okay, you did that one on purpose.
The fabric of magic is unwinding. We are fortunate to be here at all.
And where is here, exactly?
Salem, Massachusetts. Well, a pocket dimension in Salem, Massachusetts.
Oh, suburbs. Nice.
Suburbs.
Welcome to the Abbey. Home of the
Midnight Sun.
Yes. Blade. Wesley Snipes.
The hell is this? Lilith's Junior Demon League?
Wait, it's that jerk from TV. Which one?
Now, if everyone would just take a moment.
Enough!
Wow.
You're standing on my flowers.
Oh, been a long time, Sarah.
It's caretaker now.
If I could have avoided this moment, I would, but...
Oh, spare me the speech. I know Lilith's back. We're sisters after all.
Whoa.
Guess we're suddenly invisible now.
Shall we chat, Stephen?
No one can argue that the Hunter earned their rest in the first battle against Lilith. I only hope they are up for the task once more.
You wizards always make everything sound so lofty. I raised my sister's only child as a weapon against her.
And saved the world in the process.
Now you want me to dig them up and ask them to do it again.
I did not write the prophecy, Sarah. Besides, I am no common grave robber. We are simply reuniting their ethereal essence with their corporal form. Speaking of, it would help to have a mental image for the procedure. Spare no detail. Spiritual identity theft is no laughing matter.
All right. So now you get to put yourself into the game, or however you want your avatar to look. So I am going to go with a male character, and I'm going to make it look like the channel avatar as much, oh boy, as I can. Oh goodness. Yes, there you go. That's better. That's good. And there you go, there you go. Looking good. All right. Fantastic. All right. So this is about as good as I was able to figure out making it look, and I'm going to roll with it. Couldn't get blue skin. We're just going to have to keep this.
Child of light and darkness, you who tame the night, hear the voice of those who beseech the end.
The caller! Wait! Wait! Ah!
Mother.
So, that's a good thing, right?
Sarah. Where is she?
As far as resurrection spells are concerned, I've seen worse. Particularly on myself.
Tony, come on. It's perfectly safe.
That thing wakes up and takes a bite out of you. Don't blame me.
Visiting hours are over.
You can't stay here forever.
There's nowhere else I should be.
Just saw that Stark guy poking around behind the mirror table.
Find me as soon as they awaken. And Blade, be nice.
Always am.
That doesn't look good. All right. Part 1. The Awakening. Here we are. We're waking up. Well, this guy. The Hunter. I suppose.
It's so cold. But the air burns with every breath. Has it been so long?
Lilith's son. It's been a while, I think, dude. Wow, he's got like medieval armor on. Looks pretty sweet, like a knight.
I know this place. In my dreams, it was always empty. But now I sense I am not alone.
Have to admit, Hunter, you make one hell of an entrance. Guess that makes 2 of us.
You should have struck when you had the chance, vampire. You will not live to regret your error.
Cute, and Caretaker told me to be nice. Relax, Slayer, I'm a friend. You just don't know it yet.
Yes, I saw you with Sarah before. But what would she want with a vampire, unless...
The name's Blade, and I'm no ordinary vampire. I get you've been out of commission, but I thought you noticed since we're having this little showdown under the freaking sun.
Ouch.
Vampire. Daywalkers were a myth, even to me.
Says the half-human, half-demon monster hunter.
Okay, we have a dialogue option. You're right, I do hunt monsters.
I do. And last I checked, vampires are monsters.
You want to take a run at me? You can try it, but I got my name for a reason. I've probably killed more vampires than you've ever seen, hero.
Such fighting spirit. No wonder Caretaker chose you.
Right. As much as I'd love to see how much weirder this conversation can go, we should probably get moving.
We should.
Agreed. The prophecy is in motion. I can feel it. We have wasted too much time here already.
Man, the others are really gonna love you.
Of course.
Others?
Yeah, you've got a little fan club, I think. But why spoil the surprise? Hope you're up for the challenge, chosen one.
Oh boy. Alright, Blade is now available for combat missions. Good. Good. We can be Blade. Alright, and now we're walking around. By the way, my character's face is ridiculous. My lip is a little pouty. And my run is out of this world. I mean, it is a jaunt. It's just a nice little stroll I'm taking when I run.
Or did Nico just raise the dead?
I definitely helped, but no, that's the one thing I can't do.
You were never able to raise the dead.
Huh? But she just did.
Maybe the hunter wasn't all dead.
Some part of them had to be alive, otherwise my spell wouldn't have done anything. Which makes sense, I guess.
So I don't know who any of these people are besides Blade, by the way.
Not sure if you remember me, but we met briefly before. I'm...
The witch who called me back from the grave.
Told you.
Or Nico, but either works. And this is...
Robbie Reyes. Oh man, never thought I'd be standing next to you. Got quite a rep. I mean, caretakers told us stories.
Good.
That's Ileana.
Привет.
And I think you already met Blade.
Of course. Caretaker has reformed the Midnight Suns.
Whoa. How did you...
Your power. I can feel it. I always do.
So, welcome home. I guess we...
I never left.
That's right.
Well, we can fast forward through the tour then. The Abbey is still, well, you know, the Abbey. Basic stuff. Dorms, war room, library, a few places to chill, and, whatever the hell the Forge is. Have to say, for a haunted transient castle raised on the cursed grounds of Old Salem, it's pretty cozy. Of course, that doesn't stop us from adding some improvements. We can all thank Robbie for the Wi-Fi. Oh, and one more thing. We've got some new house guests now. You think we're a fun bunch, just wait until you meet them. Speaking of, we're here.
Yeah, okay. Spend 10 minutes in this place alone, Bruce, then see. Oh, gotta go. Show's about to begin.
All right.
You should probably go talk to Caretaker. I think she's already got plans for your first mission.
So now we're in the central hub. And this is where I think you do everything in the game, but I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. This is the furthest I ever made it. I basically got here, saved the game, and then decided that this looked really awesome and I wanted to play it and make videos of it. So from this point forward, it'll be, you know, effectively a blind playthrough. Like, I don't know anything about what's going to happen, and I'm not going to know anything that's going to happen. I'm going to avoid all spoilers and just play it for the first time and really enjoy the game. And so, everyone, I think this is a great place to end the first episode of this so that you can get a sense of the story and see the tutorial, see how the combat works, and check this out. I mean, I guess we're going to get to make our own teams with different Marvel characters and do missions, level up, upgrade our equipment, everything that I want to do. It seems fantastic, and I can't wait to play more. Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Take care.